Hello, this is Scott from Leo Starfire.
This is Amanda with Starfire Apothecary.
Please check out our stuff on YouTube,
on Twitter,
and on Facebook,
and on TikTok.
We're all over the place.
We are, and if you are watching this on YouTube, be sure to give us a like and click that notification bell so that way you know when we're always uploading new videos.
And be sure to subscribe.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here.
Там же чекаю на тебе я, спів мій солодкий, зброя моя, втратив ти розум, серце своє, темрява часу вбила тебе, хвилі колишуть надію мою.
What's up, TikTok fam? It's Amanda with Starfire Apothecary, and today I am going to show you how I make my elderberry tea. And basically, just to get the syrup, you have to condense it longer. But it's that time of year where everybody's getting sick. So follow along with me, and I'll show you all that I do. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need to do is get your elderberries that you've already harvested. Like, these are the ones that one of the bags, thank goodness I got a large harvest this year. But this, you'll take your frozen elderberries, and basically it's 2 parts elderberry, 1 part water. So you just want to cover the elderberry in the pot. So see, I have a stewing pot. I make my jellies and jams in this pot too, so it's perfect for this kind of process, because what you're doing is you're reducing down the liquid that comes out of the elderberry, and instead it's going to be it'll turn it into a tea, and it'll be crammed full of antioxidants and everything else. Now I do add stuff for added immune boosters at the end of making the tea, so I'll let you know which ones those are, because there are certain herbs that you can't boil due to the fact that it completely and totally destroys the properties of the herb. So we're about to get started, and I'm going to fill up this pot so y'all can see what I'm doing. Alright guys, so now we have our elderberries that are covered by water, and so I said, 2 part elderberry, 1 part water, so I use 5 cups of this because I'm making a lot because I have several on order. So right now we just have our elderberries and water. We will eventually strain the elderberries out of it once all those good juices are extracted from it and they're in the water, because the water itself is already turning purple. So that's exactly what we want. But we're going to bring this up to a roaring boil, and we want that amount of water to reduce by half. So you got to keep an eye on it, but it's one of those things that it takes a little bit to cook, and I'm just going to edit it down so that way y'all don't have to worry about waiting for it like I do. So I'll come back whenever this comes up to a boil so you can see it. So this hasn't started boiling as of yet or whatever, but I just want to let me turn this light off. This one, let's see if you can see it. Do you see how beautiful that color is? Now you will have the green ones float to the top. Don't worry about that. We're going to strain them off. But this is such a beautiful syrup all on its own, and so I just wanted to show you guys that so you can see what it looks like before it starts boiling. I'll be back soon. Okay, so right now we're starting to simmer, so I'm sure you can see the steam coming off of it. And again, the berries will start to float to the top. Before the end of this process, all of the purple that is in this berry is going to be inside your actual tea that you're making right now. So we are about to be at a roaring boil, and what I want is it from the liquid level to go right here to roughly, I don't know, maybe go down 2 inches before I remove the berries, so that way I can make sure to extract all the juices. Okay guys, so we've been simmering, not simmering, at a roaring boil now for probably about 20 minutes, and I'm going to show you guys. See if that'll work. You see how much they're moving around in there? All those berries are actually going to become translucent almost. Like I said, the purple will disappear out of the berry and go into your tea. So we're doing really good right now. I'm going to let it reduce probably another maybe ½ an inch or so that way I can drain the berries out and then reduce it even further, and then add my other herbs. Be right back with you guys. Okay guys, so we have reduced down enough now to where I'm about to remove the elderberries that are in the tea, and I've made a little contraption. I normally have cheesecloth, but I ran out, but we have these wonderful paper towels. Volas, or yeah, that's what they're called, I think, but they're like cloth. So I put it up underneath the colander like this and put it over a measuring cup. So that way whenever I drain the berries, if there's any juice, then I can extract that juice, put it in the cup, and then put it back into my tea. So you don't ever want to waste. So I'm going to show y'all real quick. Let's see if I can. We'll just do it this way. So we're going to take our ladle, dip it into our tincture. We can reserve the liquid, and then we're just going to get these berries. Hold on, let's see. There we go. These berries out, and we're going to put them right in there. So you see what that does? It absorbs the juice. So I'm going to get all these berries out of this, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like after you just got the liquid in there. Okay, guys, I got the majority of the berries out of there, so I've got them set over here so that way they have time to cool, because trust me, do not try and squeeze this while they are burning up hot. You will get burned. Please do not make that mistake, because you'll be regretting it for the rest of your life, and you'll never want to make it again. So all that's just seeping down into that measuring cup. So I've got the rest of my liquid right here. Now, at this point, I'm just wanting to make tea. So I'm going to let this reduce down just a little bit more. And, you know, if there's some elderberries that are still in there that you didn't get out, that's fine. Because once I put the herb in there to actually steep in the syrup, I'll have to strain it again anyway. So we're going to let this go for a little bit longer. And then I'm going to get out my ingredients to show you how I spice it up. Okay, so now I've got it where I want it. It's reduced a really good bit. I'm going to show it to you, but I'm going to tell you about all the herbs that I'm going to cut the heat off too, by the way. So make sure you cut the heat off, because you do not want to boil the herbs that you use, okay? I'm serious. It really just diminishes the value of the properties that you get from each one of the herbs that you decide to put in your elderberry. Now, elderberry is naturally an antiviral. So what it'll do is it fights COVID and the flu and any kind of viral infection that you can get. If you take it as a preventative measure, it will help your immune system a great deal, keep you from getting sick. But if you are sick, this is one of the best things to drink, because you can make a hottie toddy out of it, or you can just warm it up and drink it like a tea. And then I've had people tell me my elderberry syrup makes them feel better within hours. So I'm going to show you real quick. I don't have any echinacea, because I always put echinacea in my tinctures and my teas and stuff, because with elderberry being nature's antiviral, echinacea is nature's antibiotic. So you put the two together, then you are covering, you know, bacterial infections as well as viral infections. So that's why I like to double dose it on that. But so my first herb that I loosely just let stew in my pot, that's why we have to strain it again. Lemon balm. I cannot tell you enough about it. Yeah, I got a big jar. Can I tell you how amazing this stuff is? If you think that, you know, lemon in your tea is great, lemon balm opens up your chest and your sinuses so much. So we're going to... Okay, so quick intermission. My husband reminded me that I had to pick up my son from school. I got so engrossed in the video. So as soon as I get done with this, I'll be back at home to show you exactly why I use lemon balm, because I've not forgotten which one I was on. Okay, so we made it back home, and I told my son, I was like, you're going to have to give me a little bit of space, because he'll make me nervous. Anyway, so we were talking about lemon balm. Anything citrus, he's sitting over there on the stairs. I see him. You see him over there? Okay, anyway. So lemon balm is really good for opening up the airways, along with peppermint. Now, I do... this will relieve headaches, it relieves congestion, it does a lot of things. So I'll take these loose herbs and I'll just steep them. So you don't want to boil them again, like I said. So I'm going to put probably about a half cup in each for the tea and just let it steep. And while it's steeping, then I get my stuff ready to strain. So I'm going to add the herbs into what I have, and then I'm going to be... Okay, so now that we've got the lemon balm and the peppermint in here, I'm going to, again, this is not even turned on. This is just really warm liquid from where I was boiling it before. So I'm going to stir this all around in here and let it get good and saturated. And then in just a second, I'm going to add my echinacea tea bags. Again, I normally have loose echinacea, but my supplier was out, so I had to just find what I could find so I could make this for an order. And I just wanted to show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to let these herbs steep in here for probably about 10 minutes, and then we're going to strain it, and I'll show you the tea. Okay, I'm about to go hands-free with this, because see, I've got our colander in the pot, and here's our herbs that have steeped for just a minute. You see how they've all gotten, absorbed all that nutritious water from the elderberries. So I'm about to strain this out, and then I'll show you the after effect. All right, so here we go. We've got our colander inside this bowl, and it's got our loose herbs on the inside of it. You see that? So now all we got to do is take a wooden spatula or a spoon. I like my big wooden spoons because they can get a lot of surface area quicker than a regular spoon can. So you're just going to mash this herb and push it down like you would a tea bag, just so you can get all those natural flavors and stuff out of the herbs after they've absorbed all that elderberry water. So now we are at the final stages of our tea. So I'm going to throw this away, strain it one more time, and then we're going to add our local honey, and I'll tell you why that's important. The last ingredient that's super important is local honey. Any honey that you can get within a 50-mile radius of your house. That's because I have a beekeeper that lives right down the road from us, so I get my honey from him. That is like an anti-allergy shot immediately. If you take a teaspoon of raw honey every morning, then that's not only good for brain development, it's good for memory, it's good for the digestive system, it helps with H. pylori, it's also really good for sore throats. It has several antioxidants in it. Let's see. We're going to look at the minerals. I wrote them down. So, okay. So, we've got calcium, magnesium, manganese, niacin, pantothenic acid, phosphorus, potassium, riboflavin, and zinc. So, as we know, if you had COVID, the main three things that the doctors were even recommending was that you do elderberry in combination with vitamin C and zinc. So, whenever I used this with local raw honey in my elderberry syrup, along with the echinacea too and all the other herbs that I already described to you, it's just that much of a booster. I can't even begin to describe how much I love local honey. It's delicious, and you can't get it, in the grocery stores unless you go to maybe like a farmer's market or a local bulk store or whatever. But yeah, that's it about local honey. So if y'all have any questions, just message me or let Scott know on Leo Starfire, and we will talk to you later. Blessed be.